Hello, ladies and gentlemen, LMG here, and welcome to my review of Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian. I'm just going to call this Atelier Res because that name is way too long. But is Atelier Res a good game? Yes. Is Atelier Res as good as Atelier Yumiya, the last one? That's kind of a yes and no. Not quite as simple as a question in that regard. We're going to get that into this video. But rest your fear, dear viewer, the Atelier series still has jiggle physics, though. Yeah, I did test them out. They work pretty good. Yeah, this will also be a spoiler-free review. Special thank you to Komi Tecmo. They did give me this about a week early to get this in. So be sure to leave a like and a sub, because it does take quite a bit of time to get it done in a week. But now around playtime, it's about 30 hours or so. I'm just running some B-roll footage now. Should make sure I didn't have any spoilers about future characters in your roster, etc. But I'm rolling the credits on this one. We're about 30 hours in. I did most about everything. If you played the Atelier Res free-to-play one, there was an online gacha one that just actually, I didn't even know it shut down. It shut down in, I guess, March earlier this year. Ran about a year. And then they pulled the plug. I don't think it made enough money. It was interesting. Yeah, this is kind of important, though, because if you played that one, stuff's going to make a lot more sense, though. Because now it kind of took a page from the MCU, and it's all a multiverse. And every character is going to be making a camo in this one, and there's Wanderers. It's going to be a little confusing. Yeah, but it lasted about a year till it shut down. I did play it for about a dozen hours. It was okay, but it couldn't keep me invested because the story was okay. But the rest of the mechanics were alright. So I managed to walk away with my wallet intact. Yeah, there was a lot of gotcha in that. And I was, no thank you. Game really doesn't catch you up with what happened in that free-to-play one. So you might have to look it up. You look at some YouTube videos. I'm up on that to get some context. I think I did do one video on it, maybe. It's really, they don't explain it. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, who's that? Who's that? Especially Resna, one of the characters going to be in the game. You would only know her from that one, I believe. I did do a lot of the side stuff this game, quite a bit. Unlocking crafting recipes. I got every treasure chest. I hit about every dungeon. Try to get most every enemy. Though at kind of the end, I just wanted, the story was so good, I kind of wanted to just get to it. And although at the point I did get stuck in a part, I won't mention it. But it was a part that I needed for an item to craft. And I think this happened in one of the Atelier Ryza series ones as well, where I had to find one item and I couldn't find it. I even looked up online and I couldn't figure it out. So I got stuck maybe about 5 or 6 hours. I ended up going through all the crafting recipes, crafting every variant, every morph, etc., just to find it. Until I finally did, because it was all blocked about because there's a little bit of town upgrading, restoring your hometown as well. We'll talk about that a little bit in this, not too spoilerish in the video. But I did finally find it, was able to progress. But it was really frustrating. I do hate when that happens. I think the item system and references and everything could be a little better, and also your item management when you're crafting. Because after a while you get quite a few stuff. It's a lot to dig through. But also, luckily, the crafting system has not been dumbed down. As that I didn't like the one in Yumiya. It was, I just did a lot of it auto crafting in that because it just didn't really feel as good. Initial crafting system, though, I wasn't thrilled with it. But as I get by and I really started to dig in and get going into the other systems and upgrading, enhancing your equipment and stuff, morphing recipes, yeah, it was really good. I really did enjoy the crafting quite a bit in this game. Yeah, they do have kind of a color coding system to it, linking the colors, and then you can change the item color around if you get these special items, and changing the item itself to get all these, because sometimes you're going to need to think outside the box to get these morphing recipes to work. But after a while, once you get it down, it flows really, really well. I did end up liking the crafting system quite a bit more than I thought. And that was very interesting to see. I also do believe they had some DLC planned for this as well. A couple of characters I do believe from the gacha game will be appearing as well. There's also, as I've alluded to before, the store element to this game, which you're doing some key factor in helping your hometown get back on its feet. And you also make money. Money will not matter in this game. I made about several million fairly easily. Yeah, I never heard from money yet, because there are actually some fairies you get later that can keep running the shop. And it's just unlimited money tree. I never really had to worry about buying anything. So do use your money. You're not going to have to save it up. I bought everything and I still had millions. I would like to see more in the shop design stuff, though, like some stuff you could placements for buffs, etc. I out-leveled that fairly early into the game. I max leveled that. There wasn't anything more after those levels. Levels keep just going up. But there's no added bonuses. So I like to see something like that. Well, maybe we will not have to see about that. But now I do want to circle back to the comparisons to Yumiya. I think a lot of people are going to be basing that on the last game, because that's what I think they always do. Now, graphically, it's more like Sophie or like the first Ryza game. It's not going to blow your mind, because I think Yumiya looked a little bit more Fortnite-esque a little bit. I mean, it looked good, but it didn't feel like an Atelier game a little bit sometimes. But there is no open world. I did like Yumiya's open world, but it was kind of like Ubisoft in some respects, because it was just like a whole lot of just get there, look at this, collect that. A lot of it didn't really matter. This one's more old school, graphically as well, I think, and level design too. You're not going to see gigantic levels. They're not going to be. I don't think they're graphically amazing. They're okay. It harkens back to almost like kind of the PS2, PS3 era of those games. But if you like that, I like that. I did enjoy it. Yeah, and it's also, now we're going to talk about the combat, because Yumiya's combat, kind of slapped. It was really fast-paced, kind of a little chaotic. You had diving in and out of the range, dodging and stuff. Not that here. Yeah, they've gone back to the old traditional turn-based combat, and it does work actually pretty well. Once I got the flow down, yeah, it was fairly easy. You got multi-actions where you can call up, yeah, if you have a certain amount of those multi-action, kind of, I guess I call them tokens maybe, you can actually call in about 3 other party members, and you're swapping in and out from the front row to the back row a lot, and there's interrupts, guarding. And there is something that I didn't get to use a lot of, because the fights were really over before I got to it, but there is a unity phase when you kind of get your unity gauge up to 5, where you can pull off some of these super fancy moves. Only got to use it a couple times, because most of the times, even the fights near the end, I was already done before that happened. So maybe we want to see that maybe crank up the difficulty a little bit. And as with Yuma, there was really fast-paced time combat. Yeah, there is more strategy to this one. And I do approve that, though I do miss the motorcycle in that game and the shooting and stuff. Oh, that was nice. And they also had a little bit of base building, but it wasn't great, though. Yeah, there's not an insane variety of enemies, but there is enough to keep it interesting. I mean, there's not a ton, but there's fairly different. And the bosses are fairly chunky HP. I had some that have 24,000 plus. So it did take them a while to crank. If you don't have the right element they're weak to, it can take a bit. But combat wasn't fairly difficult. They do have a bunch of difficulties, though. If you think it's too tough, you can crank it down to very easy or something. Or they've got it very hard as well. So whatever you're into. Soundtrack, banging, pretty good. No complaints on that. It's the usual Atelier affair. Yeah, really nice. Well done. No complaints there as well. Now, the cutscenes, and there are a lot of them. There are quite a few cutscenes. Beginning hours, and you're just, like I said, there's a lot of cameos. A lot of cameos. Try to go out the front door of your shop. You're going to be hit with the cutscene half the time for a fair bit of the game. But they're all fairly well done. They're nice. The voice acting in this is good. There's no English, I believe. Yeah, just Japanese with subtitles. Very good stuff. Definitely approve. But now we'll talk the most important bit of the game. I do remember this is spoiler-free. You can talk the plot very loosely, though. Yeah, no spoilers. But it's quite good, actually, for a video game. And usually in these games, I can spot the plot about a mile away. It's usually Fallout 4. By the time I was out of the vault, I'd already figured out the whole game. And sadly, I was right. Yeah, but they actually had a couple plot twists in this I didn't see coming. They kind of got me. And I was really appreciative of that. But yeah, the whole Atelier Multiverse Wonder thing, it's not going to hit for everybody, though. I think the fans are going to like it, though, because there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of cameos, a lot of fan service in that regard. I thought it was nice. But yeah, if you didn't wear that gotcha game that lasts for about a year, you're not going to get it. But overall, yeah, the plot is very good, I thought. Definitely near the end. And everything, again, the game comes together fairly well. My playthrough, like I said, I played about 30 hours plus, rolled the credits. 0 bugs. And I did try to break the game, but I couldn't find anything really wrong with it. Yeah, game does run better smooth. I mean, compared to, like, let's say Borderlands 4 or something else right now, breaking Silent Hill F running bad on PC, this runs bang well for your money. But don't know the one caveat, though. I am running on a 5090, so, you know, your experience is going to vary, of course. But I'll be setting done running credits on the game. I can say job well done on this one. I've played all the games through, what is it, 20 plus years now? And I have really enjoyed all of them. Frankly, they're really good stuff. A bit more laid back, if that's your kind of like a nice, chill kind of RPG. Good story, good characters. I did spend a little bit less time in Yumiya, but I think Yumiya just... They had a lot of side stuff that really didn't matter, though. In this game, everything you kind of did really kind of mattered, and everything went into your gear, and everything, it felt really nice. It felt good. Definitely, I don't know if it's going to be in my top 10, but very close if it is, because there have been a lot of games out this year that have been really, really good. But definitely one to remember. Will we see a sequel in this one? I don't know. I hope so, but we'll have to see. But overall, I give this game 8 out of 10 waifus. Job well done. There is a link in the video description below if you do want to check it out on Steam. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please give me a like. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video.